everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I've got some pretty big news for you today, and it's one that's been making waves in the government and across the country. If you're a regular viewer, you know I always aim to bring you the latest updates that might affect your everyday life, and this one is definitely worth your attention. Let me break it down for you. The government has officially signed off on some major changes to alcohol restrictions. This means that it's going to be harder for people to block liquor licenses, and it's also going to be simpler for ministers to declare one-off special trading hours for pubs or clubs that are screening major sports or cultural events. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why is this happening? Well, the Associate Justice Minister Nicole McKee has announced these reforms, and she says the goal is to cut red tape and restore fairness and practicality. I want to take a moment to explain what this actually means for you. So under these new rules, only people from the local community will be able to object to new license applications. That's a change from the previous system where anyone could object. But here's the kicker. Applicants now have a formal right of reply. That means if someone objects to your license application, you can actually respond to their concerns, which is a big shift towards a more balanced approach. They'll have to adjust the conditions. This is a move that's supposed to make the process more flexible and less punitive, especially for venues that are trying to comply with new regulations. I know that not everyone is a fan of alcohol, but this is a positive step towards offering more choices for responsible drinkers. It also aligns with the growing trend of people looking for healthier options, whether they're drinking for social reasons or not. Breweries and distilleries to hold both on and off licenses. That's a big deal because it's going to make it easier for these businesses to operate and reach more customers. And then there's this: hairdressers and barbers can now serve small amounts of alcohol without a license. That's pretty wild, but I guess it's a way to make it easier for them to offer a more complete service to their clients, especially if they're having a special event or something. I want to address the elephant in the room. There's been some talk about these reforms shifting the focus away from harm reduction measures towards reducing the regulatory burden. In early August, RNZ reported on a leaked cabinet paper that showed the minister had shifted the focus of her reforms away from some harm reduction measures and toward reducing regulatory burden. So what does that mean for you? Well, the government has dropped an earlier plan to restrict the hours bottle stores and supermarkets could sell alcohol. That's a change that some people are going to be happy about and others might be concerned about. Even though the government is loosening some restrictions, it's not completely removing the checks and balances that are in place. That's a good sign because it means that local communities can still have a say in how alcohol is regulated in their area. I know this is a lot to take in, so let me sum it up. These reforms are all about making the process of getting and maintaining liquor licenses easier, while also making sure that responsible drinkers aren't penalized because of the actions of a few, but it's not without its critics. Some people are worried that loosening these restrictions could lead to more alcohol-related harm, especially in communities that are already struggling with alcohol issues. Supporters of the reforms argue that these changes are long overdue. They say that the current system is too rigid and that it's making it harder for businesses to operate in a way that's both legal and profitable. They also point out that the new rules will help to reduce the burden on licensing committees and make the process more efficient. Where do I stand on this? Well, I think it's a mixed bag. On one hand, I can see the benefits of making the process more flexible and giving businesses more options. But on the other hand, I can't help but wonder if these changes are going to lead to more problems down the line. It's a delicate balance, and I think it's going to be important to monitor how these reforms play out in the real world. It's up to each of us to make sure that we're making responsible choices when it comes to alcohol. Whether you're a business owner, a consumer, or just someone who cares about the community, it's important to be aware of what's happening and to speak up if you think something needs to change. I'll be keeping a close eye on this story and bringing you more updates as things develop. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you for these reforms or against them? Do you think they'll make things better or worse? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more news like this. See you next time.